Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on the left side as the Cyan GDI, we have IPoWNYoU. Spawn on the right side as the purple magenta GDI, we have 1717171. There's a GDI mirror. So, whenever they throw at each other, they can do the exact same thing. You have, of course, barracks being employed on out, going for an engineer for this Tiberian spike. There's, of course, two Tiberian spikes up here. Pretty safe to capture. Unlikely somebody can interrupt those captures. And also got two squads of GDI rifleman squads. Just forced on the ground. Not sure why. And just going to sell off the barracks. He has gotten 3 or 4 GDI rifleman squads in the region. The rifleman squads advancing forward, but of course there is this garrison here, and the engineers go on the wrong side of that type house. Just look in the sky, buddy. You'll see the giant spike in the air. Let's get the Tiberian spike captured on up, and now we do have these rifleman squad digging on in. Seeing that, you realize I'm just going to avoid that. Another rifleman squad here. Blue does have his squad here, or more Cyan. And I think Cyan does get the first strike there, but go either way. Oh no, magenta won that handily. Or purple. We do now have a war factory core squad now. This is going for more harvesters. And we may have another refinery on the build queue as well. Over here, low power. Actually turned off, actually. Gets out another refinery. Looks like it's not exactly well placed in order to get free repairs from the war factories. Backed up, sit back on up. Going for another power plant. Rifleman squad will get gunned down by the harvester. Over here, another rifleman squad. Looks like he still has... Nope, he's only missing one model, but still be a very effective position to fight from. The bulls are pushing way forward. We'll find that pillbox there. Foxhole, that's what it's called. Harvester now we're seeing a bit of fire there, and now we do have, of course, more harvesters. Not big surprise. Early game equal for both sides. Both sides have deployed out, or at least purple has deployed out a large number of pit bulls. We have a rifleman squad also advancing forward. This foxhole is still here, and Cyan's pit bull will get quickly picked off right there. He's streaming these pit bulls one at a time. He has enough pit bulls to one-shot a pit bull. Good damage there onto Cyan's pit bulls. Great engagement there by purple, getting another pit bull right there. The one of us is quite wounded. He may just fall back in repairs at this point in time. We do have a refinery here. He immediately power micros it. Getting another power plant? Yes. And these pit bulls are making their way down south. It's Cyan's pit bulls. He does have 6 there at the moment. That foxhole does receive quite a bit of beating there. Some damage on these pit bulls, and purple's harvester try to go for some blue Tiberian. He does stop it. Purple has his own pit bulls in this region. They're all quite battered and bruised. Does take out one of purple's pit bulls there, and now the harvester's receiving quite a bit of fire. Does have a watchtower there, going for the harvester, and does stop right there and goes down. I'm not sure if that was... I don't know why. I think that may have been a... Heart's already loaded up with like half green Tiberium, not collecting blue Tiberium, but I could be mistaken about that. Take a look between that with this one up here. So yeah, it did grab some blue Tib. Does find an angle there on this harvester, getting some good damage there. This harvester, of course, too far away from this war factory in order to get repairs while Load on up. Now it's going straight for the kill there as well. He will claim another harvester. Purple sign for counter aggression. We do have Watchtower and going down. Purple did lose a pit bull there. Sign does keep that pit bull alive and does have a good number of pit bulls on the field. Sign will win this engagement, no problem. And some of Purple's pit bulls are getting distracted by a rifleman squad. And some of these guys are quite wounded as well, so we may need to fall back. Sign does lose a couple pit bulls now. But they're doing great work at taking out his opponent's harvesters. Ooh, looks like the rest of these Sign pit bulls will go down. And now Purple has a great number of pit bulls, though a couple of them are quite wounded. Blue Cyan does have a good defensive force of pit bulls. It's good hits there. Does have a watchtower as well. No armor piercing rounds just yet. Looks like the armor piercing rounds have been loaded up. Try to go for a quick fork or bombing run. Was unsuccessful there. And does have a Predator tank out on the field. The Predator tank can be focused down. We're seeing a lot of fire right there. Could use the repair ability to get all of his repair goes onto it. And now we do have, looks like hammerheads being deployed on out, which is not going to be very good versus all of these pit bulls. Another watchtower being deployed on out. I think armor piercing rounds is still halfway. All these pit bulls making their way down south. We do have these Sign pit bulls getting another round onto these harvesters. And there's two right there on top of each other, right? Oh, there's the other one. And there's a Juggernaut. Oh! How many kills did that Juggernaut just crush? Either way, that was a good engagement for Cyan, and that Juggernaut gets a crush as well. That one went straight into his foot. Must have some of a foot fetish. But either way, does manage to kill off all those pit bulls there. But he did lose another 2 harvesters, which is actually still a very, very big problem. Oh, I don't know why, but that sort of freaked me out seeing all that dust going around. I thought at first that may have been like a Scrin Icor meteor. Pit bulls making their way up north. We do have a Sign does have a good number of pit bulls as well still. Purple's Juggernauts could be advancing forward. And overall, Purple does have a good number of more pit bulls here. A lot of them are quite wounded. We do have now a fresh mark. Sells it off, gets some zone troopers from it in there. He may hold off on the engineer to get the other hard point in first because he does have the frontal hit points. And no, he's actually loading up that engineer. He does have a couple pair of zone troopers here. He can throw those into the mark as well as the engineer. And he's actually going to try to capture the Tiberian spike. Very nice. Over here, Hammerhead's getting some good work done. They do have armor piercing rounds, but looks like nothing's loaded up in the back of them. More power plants going on down. And an Orca Strike does annihilate that rifleman squad. Hammerhead's, of course, turned around, realizing, I need to really stay away from those bulls, and does manage to find a kill on the wounded pit bulls. We do now have a Juggernaut deployed out by Cyan. Purple has his Marv going around collecting some more Tiberium. As the zone troopers are finally start loading on up there, that one engineer has been picked up, and the Juggernaut is multiple Juggernauts on a barrage and a Marv. The Marv is almost down to half health. There's 4 Juggernauts. Juggernauts make their way forward. This one looks like we'll get gunned down. Does have a pair of slingshots, no tungsten piercing rounds, however. Multiple slingshots out here. Does get the construction yard here. Laser fence. Multiple Purple's Juggernauts going down, and now he has his own pit bulls going to the mix. He may get crushed. They're pretty close to them. Now Science pit bulls advancing forward. Cyan does have a great force here. The Marv. Where's the Marv? Got Zone Trooper Drop Pod. Wait, is that... That's the Orbital Strike. His Zone Troopers almost went to Orbital Strike as well. And now I think those are the Sniper Team. Okay, deploys on a Sniper Team. They should quickly pick off these Zone Troopers. They're, of course, in more of a guard stance since the camouflage don't exactly automatically fire. Takes out some of his carcasses now. And now he's taking out the Zone Troopers. Zone Troopers will all be cleaned up by those snipers. Very nice. But he does take out all except for that one carcass. But he does go in and crush with his slingshots. Big wave of Pitbulls on offense forward. No Pitbull mortar. Some riflemen here to gain some attrition damage. And he does have a Railgun Predator in the mix. These Pitbulls will make their way forward. You have Sonic Cannon now, Sonic Emitter. Getting not a miss there, or maybe got hit right there. Power plant's getting hit, but it does replace it immediately. Barracks now receiving some fire. Don't have anything coming out of the War Factory. No other Juggernaut come out and crush 6 of them. And there goes another Harvester as well. Another Sonic Emitter fired. Getting slicing through 3 of them. Finds another 3 there. The War Factory will stay up, losing too many of these Pitbulls to those Sonic Emitters. Looks like Purple has a massive number of Juggernauts. He's able to win the Juggernaut battles, but does lose a couple of those Juggernauts. Loots are quite spread out, getting some good splash on his opponent, and now the Mark's defense forward has been loaded with the Engineer for some self-repair, but he's getting some great work on these structures now. Does get some good hits there. Purple's down to 2 Juggernauts, and all these carcasses can be claimed. Oh, and there's also these Pitbulls getting some hits as well. Purple's Juggernauts are going down. There's going to be a whole lot of carcasses here. And Blues immediately deploy out a pair of barracks to get out, try to claim up multiple of these Juggernauts. Not only that would be good for everything, it would be also be very effective versus these Marvs. More and more engineers advancing forward. He is going to stop these carcasses being reclaimed. And the Marv is going down. Marv does go down. He saves this Juggernaut here. And we've got more Juggernauts advancing forward. Some of these Juggernaut carcasses, however, are getting splashed down and destroyed. Now looks like only 2 carcasses remain. He has too many engineers on the field. There's actually one right there as well. Claims that one. We've still got the Cyan snipers here as well. He can go and fire on these rocket squads. Pitbull Moors have been cleared for Purple. And now Cyan has a massive wave of Juggernauts. He's going to bring back the Wounded One for repairs. Riflemen engage each other. The snipers now firing away against the Rifleman squads. Looks like only 3 sniper models remain. Now 1 and now 0. Predators coming out for Cyan. He does not have rail guns. Purple's Predator with the rail gun is pushing way forward, and mortars being nailed that Predator as well. Zone Troopers are pushing way forward for Purple, but of course they get ripped apart. That single railgun Predator does manage to avoid that volley, avoiding a lot of volleys there. They get some work done, but there's too many Pitbulls in the region. It's far too low in health. Looks like a couple airfields being pulled on out, trying to quickly go out for some of these hammerheads. Trying to gun down some of these carcasses, very good. If you can't secure them, destroy them. Rocket troops are getting suppressed there. Does have a couple of riflemen on the front line getting some great damage there. Oh, and looks like a massive fight between the Pitbulls. Purple does have a superior number of Pitbulls, and the Orca bomb run does miss. Oh, and finds the MCV with the hammerheads. So Cyan's MCV is down, still does have the War Factor here, and has 1 refinery. 2 refineries, so he does have income available. A whole lot of income. Purple has expanded out to the center, so he's getting much needed income. There's a lot of Tiberium here. Let's get a kill there. And does sell off his own MCV there. He's needing the cash. This one does have a very, very good number of juggernauts. Sells off some more of his infrastructure. What does he have back here? He does not have the Mars Reclamation Hub. He sold that off. Has some hammerheads. Has a war factory. Has the tech lab. That's not looking good for purple. I thought cyan was looking really bad, but I think it's even looking worse for purple because he's just lacking income. And his opponent has so massive army. Both sides' pitbull armies are quite wounded. Some of these hammerheads for cyan is going to be picked on up. Purple's hammerheads advance forward. Some has a lot of hammerheads there and load up rocket ship fire, finding angles onto those juggernauts is very important, but it's going to take time to hit those pitbulls there. Pitbulls need some good hits there. And looks like it's getting very, very close. It needs at least one hammerhead alive to take down these juggernauts. It looks like both Cyan's pitbulls do go down. He does have 3 hammerheads up in the air. But I think all of his own pitbulls are down. Another of his hammerheads do go down. It's load up with one load of rockets, one's load up with nothing. Rocket does get a kill down the pitbull. More hammerheads advancing forward, trying to slowly whittle down these juggernauts. The elite one is up front. One does go down there. He's got some rocket ships pushing way forward. He does not have access to any sort of Tiberian immunity, so these guys are seeing a lot of attrition. We got the slingshot not firing away, get some good hits there onto these hammerheads. And those rockets do not finish off, but we've got more rockets on the ground. And that one juggernaut does go down. We have some riflemen here. A fully heroic, now fully dead rifleman squad. Slingshots are on the ground, or sometimes on the air because they're hovering. And these rifleman squads getting some great hits there onto these rocket troops. Or missile squads. Now the harvests are going down. Cyan can't be throwing away his harvesters. He does have 2 here. He only needs 1 on that spot. He only needs 1 on that spot. Slingshots are getting some good damage there onto those hammerheads. Are quite wounded. He does not have tungsten armor-piercing rounds or tungsten AA rounds, and Cyan has backed out of the game entirely. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.